Smash this. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. We're back, you're back, we're back. Let them shoot. Prem preview episode to my very right.
It's boy MJ Born Africa Gang. Blessed to be here. Life's good. Yeah, no complaints. I'm wavy.
To his left.
Blame Samuel, blame football. I'm back. I'm here again, 3 episodes in a row. Look at that consistency.
Come on.
To my left.
PBB. Okay. If you don't know what it means by now, do checks. That's all I gotta say.
Background
Facts.
check.
Yeah.
Facts. What list would you be on if people did background checks?
Best COD players.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Good list, yep. Anything else? I'd say...
Interesting, that question.
I'd say best chef list.
Yeah, I'd bet
Yep.
that one.
Yeah.
Top 3 candidate in that.
Yeah. Top 3, yeah, probably.
I reckon you'd be most easily to get rattled as well. That is-
That's absolutely you.
No, that's me.
Yeah.
Riley as well be top 3.
Yeah. Riley on COD as well.
Oh, easy,
He's
much
on that
rattled.
list. Yeah. Most easily rattled on COD. On video games, most easily rattled.
Oh, 0 to 100 to 0. Who can do that?
Um,
Go from being peaked to
from 100 to 0, 0 to 100.
no, from 100 to 0. Like they just lose it. Mitch as well. He's had
Mitch,
some pole positions and then he's lost
has
it.
Mitch had some rages? I don't know.
Nah, but he's fumbled a couple bags. No, going from 100, like you've been in pole position and you've come like last.
What's this for?
What are we talking about?
100 to 0.
But like in what context?
I don't know.
So for instance, like when we played bowling, we did like a bowling session the
Oh,
other day.
okay.
He was first. And then
He was coming
to
first for ages. You were? No, but you were
I'm
coming
pretty bad as
first.
well.
You were coming first because you won the other games. So you were already in the lead. And then he crashed out.
like
He
darts.
lost.
No, you're not.
And then he lost. That's
Is
what I'm
this
saying.
proper darts or like fake darts?
That's nice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's nice.
Oh, okay. I've never played that.
Yeah, but I'm saying
We
you
played
went from
one
pole
game.
and then you came
And we
last
tied
and-
first. Yeah, see how you're claiming a tied first.
Yeah. Things like that.
Well, you let us know in the comments who you think is 1, most easily rattled, and 2, will lose their head the easiest on the Let 'em Shoot panel. Today,
And who's the nicest you think would be in person?
yeah, okay.
I heard Mitch and Rins were this was from production.
Oh no.
I heard that they were moving like Prime Kante again. Kante Makalele on trip. That's what I heard.
Just thumbs up,
discuss that off
thumbs up or
camera.
down.
Thumbs up,
No,
down,
we'll
or
discuss
side.
it off
if
camera,
it's
off
true.
camera.
Production.
Up, side,
Oh,
side.
side.
So it's
Okay.
true.
I'm gonna keep my eyes closed so I don't look. I'll look afterwards, Mitch.
Shout out to everyone who watched the ins and outs episode. A lot of comments, but my personal favorite comment is 50 to 60 minute episode would be better, guys. Just watch 50 to 60 minutes.
What about?
Like, for almost
Yeah, but
2
there
hours.
were also comments that said
There was hella comments
saying like, "Oh,
yeah,
thank
2 hour
God, a
episode.
2 hour
Yeah, yeah.
episode." So
Guys like that are funny though.
Yeah, that is funny. Just stop, and there's chapters.
Yeah.
So you don't even need to watch the whole
if you just
episode.
want to watch
Yeah,
top
what the hell?
six, just watch top
Yeah.
six.
That's a top fan right
You can
there.
just go exactly to his team and just watch that.
Or
bit.
you can just skip forward an hour and 10 minutes and watch 50 minutes.
That's what I said. But shout out you,
Real one.
my guy Diaz 7. So yeah, that's why his dad got kidnapped.
Shit, he's starting on the
Zos.
left.
Yeah, guys, we're doing our Prem preview predictions. This is the episode that will live on for the rest of the season because this is when the most howlers happen. Typically,
Don't be safe, guys.
one guy cleaned up the awards last season. He cleaned up. He was like, what's the best award performance like that I can relate it to?
Nobel.
Who,
Isn't there
who's
that
won the
photo
most
of
Grammys or something
There's
like
a photo of
all
some
at once?
Adele.
Adele, maybe.
Yeah, or
Yeah,
no, it's
but that's-
like Kendrick with all the Grammys.
Did he win
at
all-
one
a lot
time?
of
Didn't
Grammys
he win
in
heaps
one
at
go?
once?
I remember Adele got a lot.
Maybe
Adele got
Adele.
like 8.
Maybe. I don't
Michael
know.
Jackson or something.
Yeah.
T Swift, she win a couple.
Don't compare him.
Yeah, she would have won them.
Yeah, he is on that list as well, so it could be Michael Jackson. Grammys in 1 awards.
Future.
It's somebody obvious.
They gonna think I won the Grammy.
Kanye
They
ever
gonna
win
think
a
I won
couple?
The Grammy. They gonna
Yeah,
think I won the
Michael
Grammy.
Jackson, 8.
Yeah,
Yo,
that
got-
one.
So we'll
look.
find the photo of Michael Jackson, and then we'll put the photo of Bud.
Yeah.
Collecting all
The photo of
awards.
Michael Jackson holding
next
his
to
kid
Bill.
over the
Yeah,
balcony.
okay, I'll put it next. Yeah, I'll
And
put it next.
put
to
you
it.
Blanket.
holding him
We'll put it
over
down.
the balcony.
no, fine.
Is that your favorite Adele song?
Nah, I like Set Fire to Rain.
Set fire.
Or Rolling in the Deep.
Someone like that one. The
You don't
first
like-
one you
you don't
sung, I
like
like
that?
the most. I reckon.
Yeah.
Someone
There's a
like you.
fire.
Oh,
I
Sex
don't
is
like
on
that.
Fire.
You
Kings
don't
of
like
Leon.
That's not. What's wrong with you, bro?
is
That's a better song, to be fair.
Yeah, what's the best Fire song?
Fire and Desire. Good song.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah, sorry.
I was gonna say
which one?
that-
Fire and Desire,
Yeah.
baby.
Sex is on Fire is top 3, definitely.
Yeah.
Fire songs.
I was gonna say the part in Avatar when the fire, when you hear the whoosh.
Fire.
Firework, Katy Perry. I don't
Nah,
like
that's
that
shit.
song very
There's
much.
the
That's terrible.
Rapid
Fire. That's
song,
good.
Mitch.
Oh, in
Same
the
as-
fire.
Clean.
In the fire, Dave, and that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In
gigs,
the, yeah,
that's up
in that.
and you'll be high.
In a fire.
Fire.
What about
Shout out UK
Firefly
Dons.
by Could Not
Imagine
Believe
Dragon.
Your Eyes.
Oh no,
10 million
Tiny-
Firefly. That's Al. No.
Yeah.
Who is it?
Our City.
Is it Our City?
Yeah,
Yeah, it is our city.
yeah.
Yeah, Fireflies.
Fireflies. That's
That-
another one.
There's so many one hit hitters.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
One hit-
Sex is on Fire though, as my vote.
What about the other one?
What's that Leona Lewis song? That doesn't have fire in it, does it?
No. City on Fire, Mitch. City Boy Mo. Chariot of Fire.
Don't know that.
Oh.
NERD.
T-Pain
Oh,
one.
nice.
Yeah.
He makes fire noises.
Sweet cherry.
On Fire, Young Thug.
On fire. Yeah.
Take a shirt off.
Anyway, today we're doing Prem preview. Bud, could you chuck those whiteboards around? Prem starts this weekend, guys. Get excited. Please answer all our questions.
Sunday.
Yeah, that's why you must have been moving crazy then. You need one for yourself.
Answer along in the comments with your answers to these specific questions. Big season ahead. Bud, as the current
We gotta carry this awards. now. This
awards
week,
winner.
We gotta carry this week because fucking Olympics were fucking shit.
Yeah, okay, yeah, fair enough.
This is for Olympics, so all you Olympic people come watch this shit.
Facts. So all the Greek guys,
Oh, that Olympic.
Leo Xaros, yeah, everyone.
Oh, okay.
Paps.
We'll win
Come
this
and
weekend.
watch this.
We're gonna win this weekend.
Played well on the weekend, Mike.
Yeah,
Well
thank
done,
you,
man.
bro.
I only watched the first half though. But
What happens when I play striker in this team
That's what
anyway?
I've been saying, Mike. Don't
I'll
worry.
clip it, send it to your coach.
You saw it first.
sent to the president.
I told him.
Yeah.
We're not going to go into anything else, but guys, talk to me. I'll ask the question, we're going to answer, then we'll talk about the answers, move on. Okay.
All right.
So the first question is surprise relegation candidate.
So we answer it first?
Yeah.
Okay. This is straight off the dome as well.
It's funny because I sent all the questions.
Yeah, I didn't have time.
Okay. I hate how he acts like this is his first time of ever possibly hearing the questions.
Go off the dome. Yeah, I got mine.
10 million fireflies.
Lit up the world as I fell asleep.
Mike's looking at the table, so I'm guessing he didn't create an answer as well.
Yeah, why aren't you on his fucking head, bro?
Nah, not for this one. But I'm gonna. Mine is between two, but I'm gonna change it.
Thought you had to wipe your phone.
Do you ever like go to spell a word and it just looks too dumb to
It
be
looked
that
way
word?
too wrong. That's
And then
why
you're like, fuck.
Yeah, I
And
do
then
that
you
all the
it's
time.
actually right.
Yeah.
One day I forgot how to spell use.
Like
Use
USE.
something. Yeah. Like my brain froze. I didn't know how to spell use.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Wow. 3, and Samuel's gone Bournemouth. So for the audio listeners, Bud's gone Brentford.
Oh, you went Brentford.
Samuel
as well.
Bournemouth.
Damn, I thought this was crazy.
Jeremy Brentford. Mike Brentford.
I like that spider.
Samuel Bournemouth. Why?
just think they've lost their talisman.
Yep.
And I just think it might be tough for them if they don't not directly replace him, but replace him well with money spent. I feel as though that happens to a lot of teams where they get worse after losing their best. Of course, you're going to get worse after losing your best player, but when they don't directly put that money towards getting players in of quality, and I feel as though they might not do that.
Okay. I don't agree, but fair enough. Brentford.
I just think they struggled last season.
Especially
It seems like they're having issues with their system, how they want to play, who fits into what. And I just think unless they do a refresh, I think they're going to struggle. Because people think Everton, which I initially thought, but I think Everton's good at fighting. I feel like they've had back-to-back Premier League experiences of almost getting relegated. They did really well last season, despite the 10-point deduction or 11 points, whatever. But I just think Brentford could be in trouble. I honestly think the promoted three are going to go down, but I think Brentford will sit in and around there for a while until maybe they sign players or like they fix the system issues.
Bud, anything to add?
Yeah, I think this whole Tony saga is gonna affect the squad. They might play him at the start. Then if they get rid of him, well, then what's the point of playing him? And so I feel like that might play a big part in where they start to like try pick up points, but it might be too late by then.
Yeah.
They did finish only 2 places above relegation last season.
That's what I'm saying.
So is it that much of a surprise?
Yeah, I think it's a surprise because I think all the 3 promoted teams are more expected to go down than Brentford.
This season.
I mean, last year.
Yours would definitely be a surprise, but
That's
I
why
just
it's a
don't think
surprise.
it's possible.
I think they've got a great manager as well.
I think they have a good manager, but we'll see.
Is there another eraser under there? Chuck it here. Thanks.
Fell asleep. Cause she feels
Next question is top 4 order. 1 to 4, please. Before you turn your boards around, is this something? Is your order something you guys are hopeful of, or something you think is going to happen?
hopeful.
Okay.
If you don't have hope, you don't have nothing.
True. Faith, I think it is.
Isn't that the girl wants to do work?
have faith. Yeah.
Oh.
No faith in my work.
Oh, her name's Joy.
3, 2, 1. Turn your boards. Bud's gone City, Arsenal, Villa, Chelsea 4th. Samuel's gone Arsenal, City, United, Liverpool. I've gone Arsenal, City, Liverpool, Spurs. And Mike's gone Arsenal, City, Liverpool, Villa. All right, let's start with probably the only person who has 2 of the everyone else has the same 3 teams. Bud's got 2 of those teams. Bud, why? City too strong?
Yeah, I think. What did they just beat the record, or are they going for the record most ever?
In a row.
They
They
beat
did
it
it
already.
Yeah, I think I was basing it off they were going to beat the record this year. But no, I still think.
And he's off to a brilliant start.
My bad.
Running it back.
But I think people are saying this is Pep's last year, so I think he's going to try win everything again
Okay.
for another season.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's going to be his motivation.
Yep.
I think he hasn't had troubles motivating the team because obviously they've won 4 in a row. I think this is more him. He's going to become more creative this season. If this is his last year, he's going to do crazy stuff. Might work, but it's going to be fun. And I'm going to probably like City this year.
Okay. Arsenal, obviously the next strongest. Not much to say. You just think they're the next best.
Yeah, because I think the league this campaign hopefully is stronger. A lot of the teams have fixed a lot of their issues, like straight up. Aston Villa, West Ham gotten stronger. So I think points are going to be harder to get. Like 3 points are going to be harder to get for every other team.
Okay.
So I think this season will be tight at the top again. And even like the 4. Like I don't think the gap will be too big
Okay.
again.
Villa getting better.
Yeah. I think last year they finished 4th. I think they're going to do one more.
And who's that dark horse team in 4th?
What do you mean dark horse? They're my boys, Chelsea.
You wouldn't say Chelsea would be dark horse to finish
Without a
4th.
doubt.
Dark.
Without
Especially with the preseason
dark.
you've had.
Yeah, I honestly think. No, I think we have a good shout for 4th. It was between Chelsea and Spurs,
Okay.
no.
and I don't like Spurs.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You gonna say anything?
I don't think Liverpool are going to be top 4.
United?
Well, why is Chelsea top 4?
I don't know if United have really fixed anything.
Okay.
I think this is the same start we saw last year.
What do you expect to see from Chelsea this year?
What I hope,
No, expect.
what I expect, some good football.
Okay.
That's one.
Yep.
Which then will result into points.
Okay.
I think we probably won't get points at the start, considering the first couple of games we have.
Mm-hmm.
But I think after a while, when we get it, I think that's when points start coming in, and it
Okay.
won't be as late as Poch started getting points.
All right.
It'll be like mid to late.
Last question is, what points total do you think is going to get Chelsea 4th? Considering last season, Villa finished on 68 points in 4th.
What did Chelsea finish on?
And Chelsea finished on 63.
I think in and around the 60, 65. I think
Okay.
because the league's going to be stronger. I think there's not going to be any blowouts.
All right.
Pause.
Cool. Samuel?
I think mine is kind of like this. Big line in between there, because I do think Arsenal, they've been the second best team in the league twice. I feel as though now it's the 3rd season. The defense is even stronger than it was last season. You got players coming back from injury. I feel as though people have learnt to play together. Havertz is no longer in his first season. It's kind of like Arteta's got what he's wanted to get out of Arsenal, and now it's at the perfect stage for you guys to go on and win the league. And I think City, it's hard for them to do it every single year, but I think it's even harder to do 5 because no one had done 4. So they did 4. But now to do 5, I think Guardiola might prioritise Champions League this year, seeing as though they lost last season. And then I've gone with United above Liverpool because I think Liverpool have less expectation than United this season. Just because I think new coach, new system, new tactics, no signings so far. If we do sign some players, then I feel as though our expectation goes up. But we haven't signed anybody yet. So my expectation for Liverpool, I'm really happy with what I've seen in pre-season based on how we're playing, tactics, the style of play, who he's playing where. I'm really enjoying it. And honestly, guys, I think I might be enjoying it more than I enjoyed watching Klopp's Liverpool for the last few years.
Of course, mate, because you just fucking crossed the ball.
But-
Crossed into the box.
United I put here because they have made some decent signings, and I feel as though they looked really good in the City game and in the Community Shield. And so I think they're spending money, so they should be in and around there.
Okay. Me and Mike almost have the exact same. Arsenal, City, Liverpool.
Toss up between Spurs as well.
Yeah, we've got Spurs. He's got Villa. I've gone Spurs because Villa are now battling with Champions League already, whereas Spurs are not. So they're going to have more opportunity to rest their better players, whereas Villa won't have that opportunity. And I think that's what's going to get Spurs over the line come the end of the season. I still think Villa getting 5th and having a good Champions League run is a good season.
Great season.
Arsenal, I've got winning the league because now is when it is time. There's not really much else you can say. Got to go out and win the league.
I think about the Spurs one. You think that one signing takes them to 4th?
I think
some good
that
signings.
signing alone is a great, and I don't think anybody else has made a signing that improves their starting lineup as much as they just did with signing Solanke.
Yeah.
I mean the big teams.
Yeah.
No way.
And I think Liverpool's squad is good enough
Good squad.
to where their own fans should expect them to finish top 4 as a minimum.
I have 4th.
Not achieve higher 1-2, but they should be expecting to make top 4.
Yeah,
And so,
he's taken over a good squad.
yeah, it's not like the squad Klopp came into.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty much in agreement. I just think Villa, they're building, they're a lot further in their build and their progression in where they want to be. And I think that continuity will continue to this season. They've made some pretty strong signings as well. I just think that battle between them and Spurs, I just see them edging it a little bit more, but that's only because I feel like they're ahead of Spurs in terms of where they want to be.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, active.
I agree.
Question: what comp do you think you'll try go for the most? This year?
Arsenal.
I mean,
Arsenal.
Yeah.
I think the league.
Yeah, for me, Premier League's
Okay.
number one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because once we get that off our back,
Then you can win Champions League
Yeah.
whenever you want.
Yeah.
But the Prem,
And I don't think a coach like the be all and end all is going to be them winning or not winning the Champions League.
it's not.
yeah.
But the league is more representative of where you are as a club.
Yeah,
me,
I
anyway.
completely agree.
The same question, but top 5 to 7 order. So the European spots order 5,
5
6,
to
7.
7?
Yeah.
Ready to go.
Jordan.
Samuel.
Mike,
P.
5, 6, 7.
So my 5, 6, 7, I've gone Spurs at 5, based on what we spoke about. 6, West Ham. I think they're building a really good squad, and I feel like I see a lot of balance. I see a lot of quality.
Yeah, in that right back spot, maybe.
Yeah, upgraded on
I
that.
know you're looking through your Wan-Bissaka eyes at West Ham right now.
I should have wrote one And then United. Whilst I think they're not going to be that great, I think they're going to be good enough to take that top 7.
Awful.
But then again, I'm actually going to change this because there's somebody I forgot about, which I realized should be in here. So I'm going to do this.
Kicking United out.
I'm going to go Newcastle. And then...
Oh, so they stay 8.
No. I'll go...
Oh, did you say to 8?
No.
Oh.
Just 7.
Oh, he's putting United. Oh, he's kicked West Ham out.
Yeah, I've kicked West Ham out. So this is my actual...
Yo, what's going on?
I forgot about Newcastle only because I feel like they're a little bit under the radar. People think because they had a rough season, a lot of injuries, that they're going to be not the best, but I think they're going to be deceptively tough to beat. I think they're going to be better than last season. They've got Tonali comes back. They haven't lost anybody. And if they can stay injury free, I think that's going to be a tough, like that 4 to 6. I don't know who's got, like, that's going to be a tough run. But yeah, that this is what I'm saying.
I went Villa, United, Newcastle, and yeah, we spoke about Villa. The only thing I think stops them from getting top 4 is the fact they've got Champions League football already.
Fair.
United, I think, are going to be decent, and I think the whole top 10 are going to be relatively decent.
Yeah.
So where they finish, I feel as though it's quite interchangeable for anyone to do this list, but I think United are going to be decent enough to get that 6th spot. And for the same reason MJ said, Newcastle last year just had too much football for the thinner squad they had, and now they're not in any European competition. I don't see what stops them from just going back to being a good side. And Tonali's back. They're potentially going to sign Guehi.
Yeah, that'd be
Oh,
solid.
Shit, I didn't know that.
Much of the same for me, except I have Villa at 7th. Only because Champions League football is tough. And to play Champions League while also competing for top 4 gets really difficult when it
More
comes
games
to...
as well, sorry.
Yeah, exactly. More games, all the cup competitions, which are going to be important to a team like Villa because those are your chances to win silverware. So I have them 7th. I think it's going to be a bit similar to like Newcastle last season, but slightly better, obviously. And then Newcastle this season, I feel as though they have... It's like where they should be in their development. Last season they were ahead of development and they were way ahead, and then they stumbled and it felt like they took a step back, and they did because they had already taken too many steps forward. So I feel as though this is where they would be expected to be at this point in their development, and I think they'll go on to finish top 6 and they'll be very dangerous. And then Spurs,
For what we spoke about.
everything.
Yeah. But turn your board around. But why, in 5 words or less, is Chelsea finishing above those 3 teams you've got there?
Squad depth.
Yeah, facts. Stop it right there. No, I was just going to say, what for you gives those two the edge over West Ham, Newcastle, all the teams you don't have?
I think Liverpool throughout the season's big games, they show up the most out of all these teams, and even some in like the top four.
Anfield.
Yeah, that's a big plus. I think Spurs as well are getting there. They're starting to, rock a couple of the bigger teams like the Cities, the Arsenals.
Yep.
And so Man U, I feel like they've definitely improved the squad.
Okay.
And I think it's smarter buys instead of just going out to buy who's the most expensive.
Yep.
I think it's looking at areas they actually needed to fix, and they've gone out and got a centre back that's injured now, but he'll be good. De Ligt as well is coming in like a couple of days. Pause.
Yep.
They've bought a second striker.
Another striker, yeah.
So that's good.
Yep.
The reason I don't have Newcastle around these is just because they haven't bought anyone to convince me that they should stay in these spots. They didn't finish in them with the players they had.
Yep.
They haven't really thought to make the squad better. Yes, Tonali's returning, but we don't know what form he's in. He hasn't played football for nearly a year.
True.
So I can't just be like, yeah, he's back. He's going to fix their defensive errors.
Fair enough.
They haven't bought no left back to replace, what's his name? Burns.
They still have things. Eh?
Yeah, Montgomery
They still have Lewis Hall.
and
Yeah.
Livramento plays
Yeah.
left back.
Yeah.
They haven't fixed the right wing issue that they have. They can't keep playing Almiron.
It depends. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if
yeah.
Gordon goes, it's a big loss as well.
Yeah, that is a big loss.
It changes a lot if they lose players.
Yeah.
The first big question. First manager fired. Sacked. I just wrote it and I rubbed it out.
Thanks. Arteta. First manager sacked. First manager sacked or
Yeah.
first big manager sacked?
First manager sacked.
Because what if it's like Allardyce?
He's not a manager in the Prem.
Allardyce, did he get a job?
Yeah, first manager sacked.
Hold up.
Man, can't even write these days.
Did you write salute?
I think he's getting sacked. He's a great manager, mate.
I didn't say anything. No fucking way.
Remember 2 seasons ago when I
Mike,
got
turn
this?
your board and just say the name. We'll all just turn our boards one by one and say the name.
I'm going Nuno Espirito Santo.
Okay.
Oh, no.
I've gone Maresca.
I've gone Iraola.
Got Gary O'Neill.
Fair enough.
Gary O'Neill signed a 4-year contract yesterday.
He ain't never getting sacked. He's been so good.
I think they've lost too many good players, key players in key positions.
One.
No.
Max Kilman and
Kilman,
Pedro
Neto.
Neto, yeah.
And they're key players to that team.
Big money though.
Yeah, they are.
Big money.
They
but
can reinvest
Easily.
probably 100 mil. That's 100 mil
In a
they
new-
got.
Their
in a new
recruitment's not
manager.
bad.
No,
It's really not bad. They find some random
Yeah.
But I think with poor league position, things going to be on him. Michael
I don't
Scott.
think so.
He's done very well though.
I think
He's taken points off big
I think
teams.
now Wolves are expected to stay in
Yeah.
the Prem.
Yeah, of course.
So
of
if
course.
they're flirting with relegation early on, they're not going to be like, oh, we need to keep this guy, trust him. They're big enough now to be like, all right, they got money, like you said, bring in someone else.
Yeah, if that happens, yeah, but
He can't even speak Portuguese.
they're not going to be down the bottom.
I think they will.
And you obviously think Bournemouth.
I think Bournemouth are going to be low.
underachieved,
Not
so-
because Iraola is a bad manager. I think he's a good manager.
Roll the geezer.
But but I think that 65 million doesn't get spent well, then it's going to be a tough time for Bournemouth, especially if they're low in the table. And you know how they're very thing on their money and spending their money and not losing money. If they go down to the championship, they're going to be losing a lot of money. So I think he's gonna go early. And just so you guys know, I've been right 2 years in a row. The first manager sacked. 2
Yeah.
years in a row.
But I feel like you're
He's
getting
about to be
we
complacent.
chose.
He's about to be
Bing
third.
last year.
You're getting
Yeah.
complacent, I think.
He's about to be third.
This is your haymaker.
Yeah.
He's about to be three.
I've got Maresca because it just goes without saying. I think they will. I didn't have them in my top 7, so I think they're going to underachieve. I think all Chelsea fans want this season. They've dropped their expectations so low, except for one over this one here, to the point
Till
where
I die.
all Chelsea fans really want to see is 11 players that are going to turn up every week
Play good football a bit.
and try their very best. That's what I think the bare minimum of expectation is. It's not top 4. It's not top 3, not top 2.
Top 4.
They just want to see players who, one, they know, and two, who are going to turn up every week. And I think for him, as soon as that starts going wrong, he's got too many players to rotate through. His brain's going to be clouded with, I can play this player, this player, this player. I don't know what to do.
Captain.
He's getting the sack, and they've already shown that they have no fear in sacking managers because Poch, see how he finished off last season. Obviously, he wasn't aligned with the plans. See you later.
That decision was made before that run.
See you later. Still,
That
see you
decision
later.
was
He didn't
made.
keep his job at all.
It was made when we had the shit run, when we should have been winning,
Why didn't they sack him on the spot?
because there was no replacement.
Interim. Did it with fucking...
Did with Potter.
Yeah, we did it with Lampard.
Potter.
Look what happened. I don't want Lampard back.
Mike, yeah, great. Great
Look,
shout.
He started well last season, and then quickly his true colours came out. I just don't think.
He's awful.
I think he'll
I
go
don't
back
think
to
he's-
Wolves.
Yeah, I don't think he's good at all. I just think he won't make the signings they need. He won't. He's not going to jig up that squad. They're on the huge losing. They've been losing and losing and losing. I think if they have any sense, they'll get rid of him and try and find somebody who can salvage the club. But yeah, I think it's a downward spiral if he stays in and go on. The league's stronger this season, and I think they're going to get found out, and he's going to lose badly. And I think he's going quickly.
He looks very stubborn as well.
Yeah,
Like, it looks like
I get that vibe as well.
he won't accept change.
Facts. Breakout star.
This
that
one's
razor,
This is ridiculous. Oh, sorry, I keep taking on the way.
We know who Mitch's would be if he was on the episode.
Ranieri. That would be Mitch.
Ethan. Potentially.
I
was
would
a
say him.
this was a
but
hard
I think because we need to win.
This is a hard
He's not
question
going to play
because
that much.
I feel like people have already broken out, but they're not a star.
we know ball.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. We know ball. So Boz, Samuel's doing.
Piss off. I wanted
Bod's trying to find one of the players they signed.
Yeah.
He doesn't-
Trying to Mark Huey.
Yeah.
Nah.
Listen, a lot of Chelsea fans been happy with Gui.
Yeah, I think he's shit. They signed him from Barca for like 5 mil, 9 mil.
No,
or
apparently
something.
been good.
Yeah, I
He's-
watched him for Barca. He was shit. So
He's young, man.
When I watched him, I don't know. He was shit. Lucky you didn't sign the Amorodin or whatever that guy.
Oh, yeah,
I watched him at
God.
the Olympics.
That's because I prayed.
You guys watched Spain at the Olympics. He is horrible.
He's just like, he's worse than a Awonyi.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. He's like a one year,
He's
but
like
worse.
Spanish Awonyi with a worse touch somehow.
The breakout star of the 24-25 Prem season, me and Mike have gone the same player.
Yeah, Oscar Bob.
Oscar
Yeah,
Bob.
great.
Samuel's gone. Trey,
Yoni.
Neoni, and Bud, Archie Gray. Good. As I actually don't know who Samuels is.
He's the young 17-year-old that plays for Liverpool.
Position.
He's a midfielder, but he comes on the left. You know how young midfielders, what happens with them. But just based purely off this preseason, and last year he was one of the youngest debutants ever for Liverpool. He played in the Cup.
Okay.
This preseason, the coach has given him so much. The coach has so much confidence in him, and he's played him over a lot of the big players, and played him in midfield. Even played him sitting as a 6. He's played him in the 8, and he's played him in the 10. And watch his goal that he scored yesterday agaest Sevilla.
I did see
Got
that.
good tech.
All right.
just
Bud,
think-
Archie
yeah.
Gray. Where do you think Archie Gray actually plays for Tottenham? Because
Well, that's the thing. I think that's going to be his plus.
okay,
I think because he could fill a couple positions. Do they have injuries?
yep,
And so I feel like, and I think they will.
yeah, they will.
And I feel this guy will just start being Mr. Consistent, just playing very good in any position he plays, whether it's centre back, DM. And I feel like he's got a calm head behind him already.
yeah,
He could be the most, I reckon, raved about player to come out of the championship. For,
Yeah.
well, 40 mil.
Yeah.
and
Is
raved
a lot
about.
of money to spend
Is.
on a player from the championship.
And I think it's not just to sit on the bench. I think he's going to be playing,
Yeah.
especially under Ange. I think
Musket.
he might even start 6. I think for them.
I think with Ange, it doesn't matter about like
Age.
who the players are or
Yeah.
age or
Yeah.
anything. He's just
He just
going
wants
to
to
play
win.
whoever he thinks is the best.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
I think Basuma might lose his spot early if he
He'll lose his
hasn't
head
already.
if that happens. Oscar Bob. I've gone Oscar Bob because I think ability-wise, there's not a youngster that
Phenomenal.
is on his level.
He's unbelievable.
And every time I've seen him play for City, he's exceptional. Even in the Community Shield, just the first half, just alone showcase what he can do. And I think a lot of City fans, when they did lose Palmer, were quite content because it made way for him to...
City fans didn't know this, bro.
I think they did. I don't think they
so.
were too stressed when they had him in the same exact position
Yeah.
coming into the side. Not saying that he's going to have the effect that Cole Palmer had on Chelsea, because it's obviously harder to have that at City. But just ability-wise,
He's good.
There's not too many players on his level.
And on top of that, I feel like City's transitioning back into having proper wingers. And I think this is a great opportunity for him to play more. I mean, they've signed Savinho as well, who's nice. But I think Oscar Bob's going to probably be one of the main guys on the right-hand side, especially if they're going to try and play Foden centrally,
Facts.
maybe Bernardo more centrally as well.
Facts.
I think this is perfect for
With the
him.
departure of Alvarez as well, that means Bernardo surely plays more
Centrally, yeah, and that second strike option does open up as well.
Exactly, yeah. The next question is best signing of the window so far.
Tough. I reckon
There hasn't been
tough.
too many blockbuster signings, like any real big players coming from outside of the league into the Prem. But
You know, I
I
think,
think this one's obvious.
you know, I think
as of this, as of whatever the day is, the 11th, 12th of August, what is the best signing of the Prem so far?
I wish I could ride Zubimendi right here, but I can't yet. So we'll see.
yeah. See, stuff like that hasn't happened yet.
We'll see.
you heard they want more money.
We're just going to pay the release cost, I think.
60.
65, yeah. God, euros.
One.
I was actually
They
going to do
made some
that.
good signings.
15 mil.
They made some good signings.
3.
Oh, hold up.
I was thinking with the Hoyland injury, it might have to be somebody else. Might have to be play, but he didn't even play in the...
No, apparently he's not up to speed.
Yeah, apparently he's not
Might
ready.
be hard, yeah.
Yeah, Premier League
Young
would be
Prem,
from
and he
Italy
plays
as
false
well.
9 as well.
Yeah,
No, he doesn't play false 9.
He reckons.
He's
That's
a
what he
nah,
said.
he's a
I
9.
know,
he
he
said.
says a 9.5, but he's a not like I
He
don't
just
know.
he's a 9 that
Not
likes
everyone.
He's just a 9 who's good on the ball. Yeah, he's a 9 who's good on the
Yeah.
ball.
Bud, you done?
Yeah.
3,
Daniel.
2, 1. Turn your boards.
Because I saw it.
Like him?
Yeah, because I saw everyone put Solanke, so I thought I would just go somewhere
I
else.
mean, for me, it makes the most sense.
yeah.
I think so. Like what the team needed and exactly what we said in the thing, ins and outs, what Spurs need. Well, I said they need a striker.
striker.
I did think they were going to get Tony, but
Yeah.
the Solanke deal makes more
Probably
sense.
better. I think Solanke's better as well.
Profile, ability.
Perfect age as well.
He's probably got more, not saying he's a better player than Ivan Toney, but he has more about him.
And
He
Yeah,
can
yeah.
do more.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a Spurs lineup that's
I think
quite
it's a better
dynamic.
deal.
And Tony was doing a bit of this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
While he was
He's
doing
looking
this
frail, man. That's why I'm like,
Some of the goals Solanke scored last year.
type of goals.
Tech.
the headers at the end of the season.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Yeah.
Even that one where he did the Meg,
Yeah,
this
the
one,
chip.
and then chip.
Yeah, he's
I was
a
thinking,
good
yeah,
player.
that's a bit of
Yeah,
tech.
but you've gone with Todibo, who they have stolen. Only in the
Hijacked.
Prem, this is exactly what I was thinking, can West Ham steal from Juve?
Yeah.
Juve were so close to signing Todibo, and now, obviously it's very much wages.
Of course.
and Prem money, they got money in the
Yeah,
Prem.
that's what it is. It's just the money.
Still,
But yeah, West Ham, Juve, that's crazy.
like Wolves signing Cunha
Yeah.
from
That,
Atletico.
that was,
Why does that make sense?
yeah.
Tell you, man.
But
I think he's going to be a great addition to West Ham. I think
Okay.
someone that can play right back, centre back, or Wan-Bissaka when he gets there. But I think
No worries.
he's going to be a mainstay in that centre back role next
Yep.
to Kilman.
yeah, next
I
to
think-
Kilman.
Oh,
they got new
true.
centre backs, and they got Zuma on the
Two
bench.
new-
and
They made
they got
great signings.
Aguerd.
Yeah.
Even if they wanted to play 5, they
And he's
could.
a very good centre back. I really like watching him.
All right, we've had relatively no arguments, no disagreements thus far, except for Bud
Chelsea
having Chelsea
fourth.
make top 4.
Yeah.
That was an argument, but
Player of the year.
It's time, guys.
It is time.
It's time. He goes right Salah.
what's wrong with you, mate?
It's time.
Player of the season.
Yeah.
That's a pretty hard one.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Well, if Chelsea make top 4, mate, put Ugochukwu there because he's got to have a good season.
Pedro
He's got to have a fucking
Pedro
good
Neto's going to
season.
double his Premier League goal tally.
Yeah, could you believe that?
That's 11 is nuts.
11 goals.
I honestly, and I would still, even if I could reverse the deal, I would take Neto.
Yeah.
But
But 11 goals
ever.
in
I didn't expect
110
that.
games.
Riley's comment was the funniest. Did he score all of them last season? That's he only
scored
started
like 7
scoring
last year, didn't
Yeah,
he?
he
Yeah,
only
like-
started scoring last season.
Damn.
11.
Play 100 as well. I didn't even think he got to 100. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Salah scores
we don't know
11
what
in
the
like
minutes
5
are.
games.
Yeah.
Like maybe they're not that high, but
Player
this guy's a
of the
sicko.
Salah probably scored 11 in his first 12 games in the Prem
Yeah.
for Liverpool.
Yeah.
But when you do play for a worse team, your stats don't matter as much.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
it's
that's
more
true.
about the player you are.
How you? Yeah.
Yeah,
True.
which is
Like-
kind of better.
Yeah. All right, player of the year.
I'm ready.
Okay, Mark, you can go first.
I'm doing this on the basis that we're gonna win the league. So I'm saying Mr. Bukayo. For me, it was between him. Okay. So yeah, I'm saying Saka because I feel like this is his moment. This is his time. He's had experience and he knows what it feels to just lose. He's come off the back of the Euros as well. I just think his energy is right. He might have a slow start because it's a Euro campaign, you know what I mean? He's tired to start, but I think he's going to have a big season and he's going to be the reason why we win the league.
Couldn't agree
that?
more. Jay.
Agreed.
It's his time. He's the guy at Arsenal, and I feel as though it's going to be one of those defining moments, and I think he'll win the award based on the fact that he's Arsenal homegrown talent. He's going to score probably 20 goals. He's probably going to get 10 assists, and they're going to win the league title, and then there's nobody else who's going to get the award. There's going to be a statue of him after.
I've gone who I think is actually Arsenal's best player now. I've transitioned a bit.
Fair.
I think he is Arsenal's best player. And it was for me Saka last year. I think at the start of last year I did have
Had
Saka.
Saliba.
You had Saliba.
Yeah.
I think we had Saka.
I think so.
And I did
nominated.
think Saka was our best player, but after another season of watching Odegaard, he is
Phenomenal.
phenomenal. And I think
Yeah.
this season he shows why he's one of the top 5 midfielders in the world. I think he demonstrates why he will be the best player in the Prem for the season. Not saying he is the best player in the Prem, but there is nothing on the pitch that he doesn't do. And on top of that, work rate is 10 out of 10, like to match. Everything he does on the ball, it's complemented by his work rate on the pitch. The fact that he's the captain and he doesn't come across that vocal, it means to me that his football IQ is just 10 out of 10, and I think he'll be the reason Arsenal win the league this season.
Yeah.
But
I've gone for what's it called? A rabbit out of the magic hat.
yeah,
Never heard that saying.
yeah, he's added extra words, but yeah,
I reckon if we're going off who the Prem is going to give an award to, that's how I thought, not who deserves it. I feel like Bruno, this is his year to shine.
okay,
I feel like if United make 2 more signings, which I think they will, the 2 spots they need, a
Yep.
6 and a centre back.
yep,
They've already got 2 strikers now. I think he will play in his more natural position.
yep,
Hopefully closer up top.
to the goal.
He has a good season this year. I think he's had a quiet Euros, but that meant he got more rest. He's charged up. More goals, more assists is the only reason why I think the Prem will be like, this guy's going to get player of the season. And if United make top 4, I think it'll boost his
Did
thing.
he get to that year? He was like
No,
balling.
That's what I'm saying.
But I think they go to
he's-
top 4. I
he's
think
changed-
United going top 4 is going to be a big factor.
where did you have
into it.
United finishing?
7th.
6th or 7th.
How in the hell is?
No, but I'm saying if they make these signings.
You think if they make the signings, they're not finishing 7th?
No, I think they're going to get higher.
4.
Yeah.
And who's going
the
to fall
centre
out
back,
of
the
the
right
4?
back.
Who's going to fall out of the top 4?
Chelsea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So if they make these signings, which I think they're going to do,
Yeah.
not too sure about the
It's
6th
done
yet.
pretty much already.
The 6th one,
I
not
think
done.
unless he
Yeah,
scores
not the
30 goals in the league, there's no way
Contribution.
he
I
can
don't think
win
Bruno-
player of the year.
I don't think he's
not
that far.
finishing in the top
I don't
2.
think he's
Yeah.
that
Bruno's
far out
not
of it.
finishing in the top.
No, not because he's not a good player. I'm saying because they're not going to finish high enough for him to even get a look in.
And Bruno's already transitioned from what they would give the award to into someone who's just a good player. That's what I think.
I was gonna say I've come slowly to the point where he might be currently in my top 10 favorite players that play.
Bruno, yeah, not based on his personality, but based on him as a player.
Him as a player,
far out, he's phenomenal.
he might be in my top 10 favorite players currently playing.
Which is why
I
he
think-
won't win the award.
I think Arsenal will have too many good players to be able to distinguish who's the best out
They'll
of that
give it
squad.
to somebody.
And I
They'll
think
just give it
because
to
there's a
somebody.
light in, because
Yeah,
he
but
might be
City-
the light at the end of the tunnel for United.
It's like the way
It's
Cole
easy to
Palmer-
look. It's easy to find the
He's
best
cool.
player in this team than to find the best player in an Arsenal or a City.
It is,
Yeah,
but
you're right.
they also, that's never stopped them before from just giving it to a random. Ruben Diaz won fucking player of the year. You think he's the best player in the league?
Well, he was that year.
I don't think so.
was not.
He was.
not.
Let's go flop signing. Who's
That's
going to
been
flop?
made?
Yeah, that's been made already. I've got two.
I'll just do Liverpool signing.
I might need 2 seconds on this one.
You've got a lot to choose from. You know, since like, think about Bud's life when Let 'Em Shoot started. Like how good Chelsea
What
were.
episode is this, bro?
You know they were
Tell me.
first. You know they were first for
Chelsea
half the
were
season.
were so good.
First for half the
they
season.
they were easily as good as City and Liverpool that season.
At the start, yeah,
yeah. That I'm
For
saying
sure.
when Let 'Em Shoot started.
Yeah, facts.
He was loving life.
It was like not even a. That's what he
He
said.
was so good.
You know when he came and saying, when your team's at the top, life is so good.
Yeah.
You just start doing new things.
I remember that.
Today,
Who
had
would
a
have ever
made a
guessed?
mocha or some shit.
Who would have ever guessed this would be his life right now?
It's so crazy that they've gone to where they are, and you guys have gone. Because remember when we started,
We were the
during
worst.
COVID, Arsenal had just lost the first 3 games of the season.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
To all like to and you got
Arsenal
destroyed.
COVID season was the worst. Like
That's what I'm saying. The end finished all right. You came
Yeah.
5th or something.
Yeah.
But to start off that season, remember
The
you were
worst
saying
start I've ever
you
seen.
started going for who?
Brentford.
Brentford. He started going for Brentford.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was so. That's when Jesse started going for West Ham.
Oh,
My
you
ding
guys
is,
still go.
Yeah.
as we said, my ding is.
Yeah. I genuinely don't know how this has changed this much to the point where
It's-
he doesn't even recognize his team.
You couldn't have said Tuchel would be fired ever at the start of that season. They won the Champions League.
No way. They were good. They used to go to games against City and win.
And
or
Liverpool
draw.
is
And
like
against Liverpool. it
We
would
used to
be-
verse Chelsea, and you'd be like, far out. Who knows who's going to win?
and now they're just fucking. Who knows?
And then you know how far they fell off in that season as well.
Do you know what it's like? You know, have you seen those videos of Delonte West like at the car at like the petrol station?
Yeah. That's what it's like.
This guy used to play with LeBron on the Cavs, and now
It's
he's
like
homeless.
who's playing in China right now? Somebody.
Dwight Howard,
Yeah, this-
Boogie.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Somebody else went to China. That's like good, and everyone's like, going on. It's like Ben Simmons when he was. Imagine Ben Simmons. They were
I mean,
saying
I
he's
could've
going to be the
called
next.
that. I called that,
They were
though.
saying people say he's going to be the. I get this feeling like he's the next LeBron. Imagine, and now he's 72 rated on 2K.
Who are the biggest flop signings? Mike. 3, 2, 1. Turn your boards, everyone. Bud's gone Somerville. Samuel's gone Neto.
Somerville?
I've gone Delit, X, Calafiori, and
Calafiori.
Mike's gone Xerxes. Who wants to go first?
I can go first because we talked about him already.
okay.
Like we said, he scored 11 goals in his career at Wolves, and Chelsea have spent
in the league.
in the league, yeah, and Chelsea have spent 60 to 65 million,
That's
right?
crazy,
yeah,
yeah.
on him, and they've signed a player whose best position is on the right, where their current best player and almost franchise model player plays.
Like,
so if
Floats, mate.
if they move, if they
float position.
if they're willing to move Cole Palmer, their best player, or to play him out of position, I just feel as though it's already setting him up for a failure.
In Maresca, I trust, baby.
If he was able to go to a team like Arsenal, it would have been a lot more steady. He would have been able to be interchanged in throughout the team. He would have been able to perform when he plays, play a bit of Champions League here, a bit of the league here, and it would have been a lot easier, and the fee wouldn't have been as high. The fee is so high, 60 million. He's extremely injury
I was
prone.
going to say, we didn't mention
And
it.
so if he comes into Chelsea and doesn't perform this season, it's instantly a flop. And does he come back from it? Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
It's a
Fair
hard
enough.
club.
It makes sense.
I hear
But you've gone Somerville.
Damn.
I think he's come to West Ham to start. And
Yeah.
right now, I don't see him maybe the first couple of games he'll start. If he puts in poor performances, I think he loses a spot straight away. I think they've got too many now players,
Good players.
that will start in those positions. So they've got.
Yeah.
Tell me out of that front four. So they've got 4 players that could start.
Yeah.
Somerville,
Yeah.
Fulkrug,
Bowen.
Bowen, and
Kudus.
Kudus.
Yeah.
To me, he's the one that comes out straight away.
Yeah, but for who?
They
Doesn't
could play
matter.
with Alvarez, Ward-Prowse, Paqueta, if Paqueta's allowed to play in midfield.
I think he's the one that comes out.
For more midfielders,
It's
yeah.
possible for
But I don't see
midfielders.
Kudus playing on the left, and I don't see
Could.
Bowen playing on the
Kudus
left.
played.
But I think he'll be the one that they'll
could,
sacrifice
yeah.
and make
Right.
do with
Or
something
Paqueta.
else.
I think Fulkrug is the guy who comes out of the
Nah.
lineup.
He's the 9. There's no other 9.
Kudus, Bowen can both play nine.
Because they could, probably play those
Antonio.
3. And then
I'm not saying it's a bad
transition.
shout, but I think they have. I think
He'll come out due to poor performances.
It's hard
Not,
for me to tell.
not
fair
because of the. I think
yeah.
he'll come out first because he's
Fair
playing
enough.
poor.
Yeah,
And
fair.
then it'll be hard for him.
But
to come
what's
back in.
Somerville realistically for somebody who signed for a mid-table side? What's his expectation? Like for 30 million, right? I think it was 30, 32 million
I don't
or
know,
35
yeah,
million.
around there.
Something around.
What's the expectation you have of him that he won't achieve? Like, is he supposed to score 15 goals? Because I don't think he is.
I don't think he is.
No, but to
No.
me, I think a bad season is being signed for that much for a team like that and then benching.
Yeah, fair
For
enough.
that- for that long.
If he goes out of the team, then sure.
I've gone Delit X Calafiori. Delit for different reasons. One, why is in 2024 is Delit still a good signing? Why is he a promising signing?
target?
He doesn't start over De Vrij for Holland, and I know that could be down to the manager, but he's been shipped from Ajax to Juve to Bayern within like 3-4 years. I feel as though from when he got to Juve, and he's now at United. What makes him a good signing? I don't understand. As a defender, I know he likes to put his body in front of the ball. He does all that, but this guy gets sat down all the time. I think he's rash. He's good on the ball, and I think that's what United need. But defensively, I think the game's progressed more than what Delit was when he came into football.
Yeah, I was going to add, I think he's going to have very similar to problems to Maguire when he came in because of how high of a line United are going to play and how quick the Premier League is. Delit is slow. He turns slow, and his positioning he's going to get caught out playing for a team like United. I think it's going to be similar.
reconstruction.
Yeah, I think it's going to be
It
similar.
also looks like kind of like a panic signing. Not a panic signing, but a signing that they might have planned for, but it's a reaction to Lenny Yoro being injured. So that's why I'm like, I don't know if they're convinced about this or if they generally think in terms of the system we have, this works, because who's going to play? They've got Martinez back as well. So what are they going to play? What, Martinez left back?
I think they are. And that's what it
but
looks
just
like.
building that
Martinez
Ajax
left back.
team.
If they
Because he did
start-
play left back in the Community Shield.
Yeah.
And that was to a backline of Johnny Evans and Maguire.
If he will start if they sign him, he will start first.
He is going to start, absolutely.
And I think if he plays good, he'll keep.
I'm not
Yoro
saying he's
out
not
of
going
that
to start or not play, because when Yoro's fit, they're going to play together.
Yeah.
But for me, I don't see the appeal. Anyway, I've done Calafiori because I think his adjustment to the Prem is going to be harder than people think. And whether it's the speed of the game, whether it's just the intensity, I don't know. Ever since Calafiori signed, Zinchenko's looked like a fucking different player all of a sudden. And I don't know why that triggered him to be good, but you've got Zinchenko, Kivior, and Timber all in the same position. So it's not like we need him to start.
Yeah.
And I think that might just lead to him finding it hard to adjust to
I don't know.
life.
With Arteta, though, I feel like when he signs somebody, they're playing. That's what I think. I feel like he's not. I feel like
We saw periods where Havertz was on the bench, though.
He was.
Until he started performing.
yeah, but I feel like they're given their chance when he signs
Yeah, absolutely.
somebody. I feel as though I hate
Preseason's
that.
scary.
I hate that now.
It is scary.
And-
I don't like preseason.
And do you know what everyone was saying? Like, Zinchenko's lit, but wait like 1 week until Neto's just gone 1v1 with him all game. But then Neto's gone. And I'm like, this guy's going to be fine for one game.
Yeah, unless they put Huang on that.
Yeah,
Right?
unless, Cunha Huang's out there. Mike, Xerxes.
Yeah, I'm going Xerxes. I just feel like
That's interesting, actually.
it's an interesting call because I like him, but I'm just not sure if
really like
the
him.
position that United's in, that this is a great signing for now. Yes, he's meant to be injured or something.
Hoyland's out for 6 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. I just think he's not going to get the time he needs to be able to
adjust.
play, and I'm not sure if the squad around him is going to suit his game style.
Yeah.
And this, for me, this feels like a Martial vibe. Where he comes in, he's not really performing. They play him on the left, they play him on the right.
Yeah, I agree.
And it kind of turns to a mess because he's extremely talented. I really like this guy, but I just think, given the current climate, I'm just not sure if he'll kind of suffer because of United's weird transitional
Facts.
new team.
Even
not
their fans.
sure
A striker for United needs to score.
straight away.
And they need to be that type of player. I feel as though he's not the type of player.
He's not-
Especially if
he's
imagine
not a killer
Rashford.
goal scorer.
Imagine if Rashford's not scoring.
Yeah.
It's going to be Xerxes out, Højlund in straight away.
Yeah.
Folks. Let's go biggest underachievers.
As a team, yeah.
Anything, player, team,
I mean, we did flop
signing,
already,
but it doesn't have to be a signing. Could be a player that's already at a club.
Oh, yeah, I feel like I talked about this, but yeah.
Too far out.
I had an answer, but I don't know if I should do that. It's just boring. You know what's crazy? I'm not picking Cole Palmer near first in fantasy. What if he just doesn't?
Yeah, what if he does? Then you
That's
could have just picked him.
If he does, but what if he doesn't?
You're almost better off just saying, actually, nah.
I'm not going to pick it. Yeah, because imagine you stuff up, you pick Cole Palmer and he's shit. Not shit, but he scores like 10 goals.
He's still the pen taker. So no matter what,
True,
you're
he
going to
still
get
takes
10.
pens.
Yeah, but
He
you
takes
guys,
set
you guys
pieces.
are a worse team this year than last year.
They're probably the
It's a
same.
less stable
They got
team.
Nkunku back.
I think we're
manager's
better.
Worse.
Yeah, I don't
But
know.
it's less stable as well. You don't know what.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you know what's like the team is the start? This start.
No.
Why
That's
does
the
that
reason-
matter to Cole Palmer? He still
I'm
did
just-
it with
yeah,
his
but
bad team.
that environment like has an effect on like he can't like continue. It's like he's starting again and playing with different players.
I think he likes that it's bad, where
Yeah,
he
true.
can be the one that just.
He can be the guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to a certain extent.
Obviously, he doesn't like it, but I don't think it's going to be like that this year.
Yeah.
Like as bad as last year.
Oh,
There was bad moments last year that I don't think we'll ever hit again.
think about it. Think about
No, I think we hit. I think
Just logically
Nah,
think about
I
it.
think
Last
we hit
year,
rock bottom
going
already.
into the season, you said Chelsea could win the league, whether it was for content purposes or not.
It doesn't matter.
You at least
I've
minimum
just said,
top four.
I've just said that rock bottom. Has
He didn't
been
want
hit
to.
already.
He didn't want to do it
We,
again.
we
what he
won't
did
get
last
there
season.
anymore. Like for the rest of my lifetime,
What is
We're
rock
not-
bottom to you?
what we
Like
what
bottom half
happened last
finish?
year?
You think there's no way Chelsea could finish bottom half this year?
No, we can't. Whatever bad last year was, we're not gonna eclipse that.
Yeah, but what is that?
What do you mean? The
'Cause
season, the mid.
You ended up
the-
finishing sixth.
Yeah, but not excluding that period. I'm saying that the specific period where we kept losing. It was. I think it was just before United.
Yeah, it was the run of death.
Yeah. No, we did
Right,
all right. It was when we had to. When if we beat United, we would have been 1 point behind them, but they beat us 3-2, and then that's when we just started. We started losing. We lost to.
United, they never beat you 3-2 last year.
They did.
They didn't.
You beat them 3-2.
Sorry, it was 2-1. 2-1.
Yeah.
Remember when
At-
I don't
remember when we
yeah.
effed you up?
All right. Biggest underachievers this season. 3, 2, 1. Turn your boards.
I'm actually gonna say Son.
Bud's gone Newcastle. Samuel's gone Son. I've gone
gonna say
City. And Mike's gone Chelsea.
Chelsea.
Do you want me to go?
Yeah, go for it, man.
I just think Chelsea is like in that revolving cycle of it gets better, then they do something crazy, and then they panic, and then they're just worse. And I think Chelsea, they've got a new manager, they've got new players. I just think for it to be even conceivable that they're top 4 for me is wild. And I'm seeing like Chelsea fans thinking they're going to do well this season. They've got a new coach. They've made younger signings. I just think they're going to struggle way more than people expect them to. And it's probably going to be a repeat or even worse than last season in some ways. So that's why I'm saying Chelsea.
Sad. Imagine if you were a Chelsea fan. That would be so sad. Just watching it be worse than that last year.
And you're getting rid of like quality as well. Like for me, I get the forced. You're selling players by force because of salary cap, this and that. But the way it's happening, like Chalobah, like how does that influence their side when somebody like Chalobah has been there for his whole career is getting forced out.
Yes.
You know, you got really Gallagher forced out pretty much. Broha, you know, it's like those things have an influence, and I feel like whilst the squad might be decent, a lot of talent, I think those things have an influence of like the team chemistry, how players feel about the club, and like how maybe confident they feel about them being there, and like, are they at risk? If I don't perform, am I going to get sold by force? I think it's going to hurt Chelsea.
Fair enough.
I've only gone City because I think for them not winning the league is underachieving, and I think Arsenal are going to win the league. I also think that teams have improved again, so I think they win less games,
I don't think so.
and so I think
Drop
City,
more points.
yeah, drop more points. Yeah, well, win less games, drop more points. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Not lose more.
Yeah,
but win,
just drop points.
Yeah, win less. It's a safe answer, I think.
Yeah. Is it underachieving that much if they finish second by 1 point, let's say?
Even 5 points.
Not really,
Because
but,
you can get better. That's what
but they're expected to win the league. Every pundit,
They're expected to win the
is
league
going to have
because-
City winning the league. So if they don't win the league, I think it's underachievement, regardless of what they've done before.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Fair.
It's easy.
Son,
Mr. Hyun Min Son. I think the signing of Solanke would do wonders for Spurs.
That's what I was thinking.
But I think this guy's overall game at the moment, he's not a winger. And everyone that watches Son knows that he is not a winger. He can't go 1v1 anymore. He's lost a lot of his pace. He doesn't have that final ball the way a winger does. He doesn't cross like a winger. I feel as though he needs to play in that little space where the number 9 plays. Last season when he played number 9, he scored so many goals. And I think coming out of that space, especially to a striker who is very dominant and has a big presence, I feel as though Son may get lost a little bit in terms of his output and in terms of his influence.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Tottenham, I think, will be better, but Son will be worse.
Yeah.
But nice guy, though.
I mean, you spoke about Newcastle, but
Yeah. I honestly think they think they're comfortable, which is a problem. I think when you don't look to improve your squad, like they haven't made any signings, you think that the squad you have right now is okay. Other teams around you that finished around you have gotten better with these signings.
Yep.
I think they're going to underachieve a lot. I think they're going to finish around the 10.
okay.
And
Damn.
by Christmas, I think they're going to be around 12.
You think just so I can?
Around Christmas, 12.
They got one of the best players in the
You
league.
think it's guaranteed Chelsea finish above Newcastle?
Yeah.
Okay.
100%.
You want to make a bet?
Yeah. 100.
Let's go.
By the end of the year or Christmas?
No, the end of the season.
Yeah, done. 100.
I said $100 Newcastle finish above Chelsea.
Nah.
Can I make that with you as well? Yeah. Sorry, continue.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I had to say. Like I said it all before.
Cool. We got literally. We got really Golden Boot. If you want to do Golden Boot, or it's Haaland.
It's all the same guy and most improved.
And he's already...
We got most improved.
Most improved?
Do most improved. Yeah.
Yeah, Golden Boot is. Do we even need to do it anymore?
No, don't do Golden Boot. Just do most.
Well,
improved.
unless you think Watkins is winning it.
No, I don't.
Nah, I don't think anybody's going
I think it's a nice answer doing like someone else.
But realistically, for being honest,
And we could do second, but really, what's the point?
Yeah, it's not first. Most improved.
I'm ready, Samuel.
Yeah, bud.
Give me 1 second.
Once again, you
I
have
genuinely believe
millions
this.
of players to pick from,
I don't think he does.
based on
You
last
can pick
year.
anyone from Chelsea and gamble.
Except
It might
Palmer.
look nice.
You really can pick anyone.
Nah, because I think Jackson had a good season. So I don't think he's.
But he could have a better season.
It's hard to do. I don't think he's getting over 15 goals again.
You reckon?
He could.
I reckon he could.
Back-to-back seasons, 15.
He's probably
If
not going to
if they
start.
don't
That's his
sign,
first
He's not going to
season.
start as much
if
either.
they don't sign Victor,
Oh, true.
Yeah, Osman's going to be there, and then Kunku. Then
where
might
is
play
Joao going to play?
Yeah,
If
I
they
don't think
sign
we're going to
Joao.
sign him. I honestly reckon we're going to get Osman. For some weird reason, I think we're going to
I would not take
Felix
Osimhen.
and get Osman.
He plays like 19 games a season. You think he's going to do that in the Prem?
But I'm just saying, I think we're going
He
to get
already
him.
said he didn't want Osimhen as
I
well.
wouldn't take him, man.
I
Especially
just
in the
think we're
Prem.
going to sign him for some weird reason.
You got one, bud?
No.
Okay. Let's go one by one, Mike.
Yeah, you go.
All right, so for me, I'm saying Zinchenko. I feel like he's going to go from villain to hero.
This is preseason drip.
No, I have to back it. I was impressed.
So funny.
I was impressed. But no, he had a really bad season last year. You could argue his injuries, changes in the way we played, maybe having Declan Rice there, whatever. But I think this season he looks motivated pre-season, and obviously you can't go off pre-season, but I feel like he's going to cause problems. A lot of people are saying, Timber's come in, he's going to start, Calafiori is going to come in, do something, but I think Zinchenko is going to perform at a level that, we need that. And on top of that, I think we're going to be the team that dominates the ball. Everyone knows that. So I think against most teams, it'll make sense, except for, the cities where, we could rotate him out for that defensive cover. But I think he's going to have a massive season this year.
I've gone one more. I think it's going to happen, but more I'm hopeful.
That's my guy.
Emil Smith-Rowe.
I like that.
Should have put the dots over the O.
I should have. I feel like it's set up for him to have a good season. He's already had such a good start at Fulham. Scored 2 in 2 games. He's playing with a couple friends that he's played with before. He didn't have to move too far away. Everything is really set up for him to succeed. I think if he can stay fit, which is the biggest thing for him.
Yeah.
Everything's set up for him to be one of the most improved players in the league and really help Fulham get. I think a top half finish is a successful season for Fulham, and he can be the catalyst for that. So Smith Rowe, inshallah, but yeah,
I agree.
Guys, I've gone with Mr. Jeremy Doku. I think second I did grab a merch, but Jeremy Doku, because I feel as though natural progression into a second season, especially with Guardiola, the way that he plays and the way that City want to play with their wingers in terms of width and directness and 1v1, I don't think there's anyone better 1v1 in the Premier League right now than Jeremy Doku. I think he's going to be just a pain in the ass for any right back that he comes up against, and I think he adds a few more goals, a few more assists, and he's in talks for the best left winger in the Premier League. That's not a difficult thing to take that next step to, because if you look at the other left wingers in the Premier League, Diaz, Rashford, Martinelli, there's not too many to choose from, and so I feel as though he can take that step.
I've just made this analogy up in my head completely,
sure,
and who knows if it even works, but Doku last season was very much a shower.
And this season he's going to be a grower.
I think so.
He has to.
Because everything you saw of Doku was just, it was a good size. It was a good size on the flop, but there wasn't much else.
Yeah.
Like, it was whatever you saw.
Yeah.
Yes, he could beat players. Yes, he could go 1v1. Yes, he was dangerous. Lightning. But there wasn't the end product. There wasn't that X factor when it came to the big games. In the big games, I don't think I can remember a specific game where Doku was the best player for City. Against other teams, yes, there was games where he was. But I think this season, Doku is like 7-8 inches erect. Like, he is the guy. Whereas last season, on the flop, he was sitting at around 5. He was 5 on the flop. But this season, he's going to be,
I think so.
Stiff.
That's why I put him most improved.
Say what you want, but I reckon that analogy worked.
Yeah, fair enough.
Bikini analogy.
Yeah, you got no problems with that, bud?
No comment.
And you're bored.
I've got Amadou.
Yeah.
My name's not Andre, bruv.
My name's not Andre.
We've seen over the seasons, what he can do in a bad team. I think last year he had to his standards, he had a average to low season. That injury in the middle didn't help. And I think now with good team around him, good environment, coach that will coach him, make him better, I think we'll have a very, very good season.
It was a great shot.
And
I think that even if you did the other one, I think it would be a good shot.
Yeah,
that's what
almost anything could improve.
Yeah. Because even though he's doing weird tactics.
Penalty tactics.
Yeah, I don't know why he keeps doing it. But I think he'll have a better season.
I think he's bored.
Yeah.
Keepers are different, man.
All right, well, successful.
That's it.
This has been our Prem preview. Like I said, comment below. Line all the questions up in the comments and comment it down below. All your answers. And the person who we feel has the best answer will feature a couple on next episode.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
You can find a date on the next episode.
Yeah,
Buddy's
folks.
doing free dates.
Like, share, subscribe.
And
Thank you.
don't end it yet. and clip some of the parts you think people are going to be wrong at, and then you can out them at the end of the season.
You can out him.
Or write
Bud,
the worst
you can out
takes.
him.
You
Write the
ain't.
worst
No one's
take.
catching me.
You'll be able to out
No
him.
one's catching
We're
me.
doing
this
our
season.
fantasy draft.
Facts.
So
No one's catching me.
Be
this
ready for
season.
that.
You'll be able to out.
Oh, and people actually gonna do
Accountability
punishment.
this year. Accountability.
Yeah, talk to some of these guys.
Accountability.
Get at their DMs. Some of them
Facts.
don't do their